Okay. All right. We are good and rolling. All right. Welcome, everybody. It's Thursday. It's Unleash time. It's our happy hour Thursday for adults. And tonight's topic that we get to talk about, we got maybe 1 hour to spend with one another on a great topic. The topic for tonight is the banks are hustling you. Yes. It's going to be a good, fun topic, but wanted to introduce myself. I am Lorie Woodruff, real estate entrepreneur and host of Lorie TV, and wanted to bring this together. I had a few folks that come on your journey, and I wanted to introduce them as well, but we started Unleash Live about a year ago. It's been a while, almost 12 months. And we really started just having some personal discussions about personal relationships as an extension of the book, Unleash Your Irresistibility, that I published 2 years ago. So we're just bringing topics of personal development, finance, money, credit, how to just be better individuals today than we were yesterday. So tonight, we keep that continued, and we meet here every Thursday, 9 p.m. on Facebook. So I wanted to introduce some of my powerhouse friends that make this happen. Well, let's introduce ladies first. We don't have a full house tonight, but they may be chiming in just a little bit. But Angela Hairston has been one of my great friends, and I would say entrepreneurs in the kitchen. So are you there, baby doll?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Kevin, can you hear her okay?
Yep,
okay,
good. Clear.
So introduce who you are, love.
You just did. I'm Angela Hairston, your entrepreneur in the kitchen. Glad to be with you all this evening and looking forward to this topic.
Cool. All right. Well, I think you know a little bit about banks and what they do. I guess we'll be a little gentle on them, but we'll see how we feel. Kevin Howe, wanted to introduce him. He's one of my wonderful friends, entrepreneur, dad, and he too is going to add to the discussion tonight. So, Kevin, who are you, dear?
Good evening, panel. Good evening, Facebook. It's always a pleasure to be on the platform with my good friend Lorie, and Miss Angie.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight, we can still bring it back full circle. But as you know, I'm Mr. Kevin Howe, entrepreneur, phenomenal father, giver, one who believes in self. I'm going to turn it back over to you, man. They don't need to know about me. Let's get into the topic.
Ooh, you kept it real light, brother.
Man, too. I'm ready to get into it.
Now, the reason why we have this discussion, like, how are they even experts on even talking about this? Now, our journey, Kevin and I had a journey together where we worked in a financial education platform where credit repair, credit restoration, credit education was the thing. And it's still one of the things that we still do together to help clients all across the U.S. get better credit. So we still do that. And then we progressed into another space where it was talking more about personal finances, how to get your personal household together. We both work in real estate. We both are real estate investors. All right. And now the topic is we rolled over into some new arenas where tonight we're going to talk about the banks and us. Mm-hmm. And we're going to give 5 tips on how you can hustle your own money. How you like that, Kevin? It's time for us to hustle them.
Look, man, I love it, man. Let's get it.
So we're going to talk about 5 ways that you can hustle the banks. So as we talk about this, we're going to talk about, of course, the issues and how it comes about. And then, of course, we're going to talk about some solutions. Deal?
Deal.
All right. So I'm going to be on here. I just want to make sure I'm on. Number 1, when we talk about banks, I think I was always brought up that open up a savings account, open up a checking account, get a lollipop, and all is good. Right, Kevin?
Yeah, man.
They're so happy when you come inside the bank. And I'm like, wow, thank you for greeting me. Thank you. And I always thought, it was so weird, but I always thought that when I put my deposit in, it was like a personal drawer that my money went into. I'm stupid now, but I don't know. When I was like 18, 19 years old, that's all I really knew. Yeah. All right. How was your experience when you first started working?
Wow.
Did you have a bank account drawer like you thought I had?
It was funny, man, because for some odd reason they always put the bowl of suckers right when you came on the counter.
You're
I'm
a sucker.
And most people think it was for the children, right? But they was planting the suckers down, subliminally letting you know that you were a sucker. But we just didn't know why.
Okay.
Yeah. Those lollipops, and they dum-dums. Across the board, they're
Damn.
never blow pops. Think about it. They're
That's
never
true.
blow pops. They're always dum-dums, aren't they?
Damn. That's something to think about, y'all.
Hey, look, I'm telling you, it's psychological. Look, back to
It
you.
is.
Look, I'm ready to go
No,
in.
that's funny. That's
It's
funny.
crazy. Every bank on the planet. You could go in Richmond, Dallas, Texas. It don't matter.
Suckers for everyone.
Dum-dums at that. Think about it.
All right, so let's get into a couple of ways that you, the consumer, and I, and Kevin, and Angela, and everybody else on this thread can hustle your own money. All right, so number one, stop using credit cards. Stop. And the banks love when you spend more because now they get to charge more interest. So, and if you're going to be the lender instead of the borrower, you got to be in a position where you are not giving them the ability to, rack up off of your interest. What do you think about that, Kevin?
Man, I agree totally, man. It's almost like when I first learned about credit, right? And to be honest with you, I didn't know it because they didn't teach us in school, right? But when I learned about credit, I was intrigued. But then when I learned how the credit card worked after having a credit card for the first time when I was like 18, 19, it was like $500 card. And then I didn't realize that, when I spent something on it, that if I ain't pay all of it, that it would be higher than what I just paid. Like,
right.
Look, if I just spent $250 and you tell me all I got to do is pay you $25, I'm going to give you that $25.
Yeah, sucker, that's what they want you to do.
Yeah, and my balance supposed to be, in my head, $475.
No.
It was more than what I actually did. It was more than what I used.
Right. So when we talk about that with people who are looking to buy houses, I'm going to transition that conversation, Kevin and Angela, when people are buying houses, think about it's probably households have at least $10,000 to $15,000 of credit card debt, minimum. And that's because they're living on that debt or their perception that it's free money, but it's actually the worst kind to live on. So most people, if they don't have extra money coming in, what's the fallback? A damn credit card.
And then, Laura, just to put on top of that, because a lot of the clients I used to talk to and, even still have conversations about now, literally, they always tell me that they're paying only a little bit. So I'm like, what are you paying on your card? 50, 100 here? I'm like, your thousands in the hole. Do you realize every time you pay that little bit, that 26% interest hit on top of the remaining balance, and then that don't go over? And so it's like you feeding a stuffed animal. It's not going to eat. You know what I'm saying? So
it becomes then an income issue as far as what do we do to make more money so you don't need the credit cards. Now, debit cards, like I have a debit card and to me, it's more disciplined if I have the debit card, because if I had cash, I would use it more. But some studies show that you would use less money if you had cash all the time. But everybody doesn't always carry cash.
Yeah, true.
So sometimes using your debit card is better. It just depends on your spending habits. Like if I don't have it, I really don't want a credit card because I'm just scared of them now. I've gone through a bankruptcy in my past, and I just don't want any introduction to debt.
Yeah, it's the temptations. I call it the credit card is the temptation, because it literally says you don't have to have the money in order to come by me.
Yeah, just come. It's like free.
Look, I'm 18 with $500 on the card. I ain't even gonna pay you back. How about that?
And that's where the issues begin, especially in school, because you get those applications, they all look good, and anywhere I saw the little MasterCard, Visa, Discover, I'm walking in the store like, all right, I'm in there. So I may not have had the money, but that just comes with experience and maturity with money. So teach your kids no credit card, and you adults, take the credit card, put it in a Ziploc bag, put some water in it, and freeze it. Freeze it. That way you don't have the discipline to just pull into it when you're out to do that impulse shopping.
True.
Angela, do you have any credit cards? And how do you use them most?
Try to be very sparing with them, but I just wanted to go back to that point of how they flood you with them. For some reason, during my time, when I got out of school, they were just there in the mail. It was like you receive your diploma and they just
right. Welcome, Dad.
American Express, everything, you have it. You didn't have to apply for anything. Everything came with your name on it.
Yep, as long as it came in the mail.
It's a sad commentary that, that they do that. But like you said, it's making money for them.
Right.
It's making money for them and no education about it.
Right.
So even going through a bankruptcy at one time, as I understand it's not like it used to be, and they at least try to provide some education, which is a good thing. But the owners should be able to do that first.
Yeah, they don't give that at school.
Understand what they're getting into because they really don't. I got my credit cards. I was like, oh, girlfriends, let's go.
Right. You deal with the bill later.
Everybody getting something today.
Deal with the bill later. Yeah. So now everybody that's pretty much on this line or sees the replay of this, banks are hustling you. You may feel it's good that they gave you that opportunity to have a credit card. But if you're going to get one, hopefully the credit is in a good position where you can do 0% interest. All right. Pay on it when the bill comes. If you're not disciplined to do it, don't get involved. I see so many credit reports where their balances are $400 and the limit is $400. So that just shows you people are living on the credit cards. And then when something in life happens, you're not able to pay that. And then that begins to hurt your credit. And then they're like, oh, the credit card companies are like, okay, no problem. Interest on top of interest.
Well, money on
top. You have to pay it. Yes, you do have to pay it off. And the 7-year rule, I don't know how this got into. Kevin, when people say after 7 years, I don't have to pay it off. This whole damn country would be bankrupt if that was the case. I'll just wait. I'll just wait it out. No, you gotta pay your bills, even if it gets to a charge-off status or a collection status. It's still there. I mean, you gotta pay it at some point or make some kind of settlement to make it go away.
Yeah.
So to just prevent all that, just limit it. Emergency card only.
Get educated first, though. Then
this is what we're doing. We're doing a little bit of edumacation. All right. All right, cool. Number two is threaten to close your account at the bank.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to waive that $20 overdraft fee. I've been a customer for 20 years, have one overdraft, and you want to charge me the moon. Threaten to close your account. What do you think of that, Kevin?
Oh yeah. Excuse me. Hold on one second. Let me talk to you. Look, they ain't even moved from the desk. They just sitting there like,
right.
Well, talk to the manager. Yeah, we're gonna get here. Make that. They're gonna make that happen for you, Mr. Howard.
You gonna waive it this one time? Sure.
Yeah, just this one time.
Okay. Yeah. Banks want your money.
Yep.
They want your money because they need it to make more money.
Yeah.
So don't think that just that. Banks, yes, when they have fees, they got to stay in business. It is a big business. Yep. So if you have an account that has 0 monthly fees, you're probably going to pay for a cashier's check or something when you need it. Yep. If you pay $18 a month or $7 a month and you go in there and you have nothing that you have to pay for it, you're still paying for it in essence. So watch the fees when you open up an account. And if things don't seem to be going your way when it comes to, can you waive this one time? I'm not saying for the habitual NSFers that just stay in the negative all the time, but I'm talking about the ones that need that waiver. Just oops, life happened. Threaten to close your account and see what happens. They want to keep your ass.
Oh yeah, they gonna keep.
They want to keep because they need the money.
Absolutely.
Gangsters.
And just to throw a little bit more on top of that, even when you cancel your account, they still use it. Most people don't know that. They still use it for so many different other things. I won't get into that because I want to live to see tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a conversation behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because I was like, hold up, we're having a juicy conversation. Banks don't like what we're talking about, of course. You're educating the public and the masses, right, Angela? Because if a Black American or any American gets too Too
Smart.
educated. Oh,
Whew,
we got to stop that.
That's why when I saw that title come across my phone, I'm like, oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
ain't gonna miss this. Look, I'm
You're
gonna make sure this training is over way
right.
before I can get on this one. I ain't gonna go in too hard, but I'm gonna go in. Yep,
Oh, you're gonna like this one. You're gonna like this one.
Absolutely.
Number 3, buy less than you are approved for. Buy less. And I say buy less, I'm talking about when you're going to get a car, when you're getting a house, when you're getting a car, when you're getting a loan. Think about how much money you actually bring in your household net income versus the gross income. You like the gross figure because when your employer tells you, all right, Mr. Howell, we're going to offer you the position and we're going to pay you $75,000 per year. You're like, damn, that's great. How much of that do you actually get to keep, though?
Let's see. A fourth of that goes to taxes. A fourth of that goes to big business. A fourth of that goes to rate of inflation. And I guess a fourth potentially goes to me. Oh, I forgot taxes. Did I forget taxes?
Don't forget taxes.
Sheesh, I ain't got shit left.
How much is that? Maybe $7,000 that you made that year. Maybe.
Man, you gotta cut it, man. Damn.
Break it down. No, break it down again because people don't understand what that means.
Okay, a fourth of your income goes to taxes. A fourth of your income goes to big business because every single month there's a what? A holiday. And don't even include birthdays and anniversaries, right? The rate of inflation, cost of living goes up 3-5% every single day, right? So when y'all look up and y'all see Fruit Loops for $15, don't say I ain't tell you.
Okay.
and then debt, kind of like what we're talking about, that the bank kind of puts you in positions, right?
Right.
Man, a lot of stuff that's over here that, let me not go there, but look, a lot of stuff that happens over here doesn't happen in other countries. That's all I'm going to say. We'll leave it right there. Because Lorie about to have to go in.
So 25% goes to taxes.
Yep.
You all hear that. 25% means, and also goes to big business, and that just means holiday stuff. So every holiday, every month, there is something going on. January, there's what?
New Year's.
February.
Valentine's Day.
Buying something, right? March is what?
St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day. Got to get your green.
Memorial
Day.
Day.
Your green.
Easter. Memorial
April,
Day.
May.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day is May. Followed by Father's Day in June.
Day.
What's in July? My birthday's in July.
4th of July. Cookout time.
4th of July. Got barbecues.
Yep.
Okay. What's in August?
Back to school.
Back to school clothes.
Labor Day. Yeah.
Getting ready for Labor Day in September.
Yep.
What goes on in October?
Halloween, my birthday.
Gotta get your costume. Gotta get fly for the party. November.
Turkey Day.
Turkey. You gotta get all the fixings for that.
And the grand finale.
You see how that rolled out, Angela?
Jeez, I'm broke as a joke.
See why we're in debt. So 25%, what he was talking about, goes to big businesses. 25%. What was the other 25% going towards? Debt?
Debt.
Meaning our loans.
Yep. Rate of inflation going up.
Because you got to have a payday loan because you really don't have that much money.
True.
Okay. So payday loans, these, let me hurry up and get a loan because I need to live.
To rob Peter to pay Paul.
Yep. So that 75% of the income is going out the door. And what's the last 25%?
Let's say taxes.
Yep.
Rate of inflation, debt, and big business, baby.
So that leaves you with about 25%.
Pull out the calculator, Lorie.
Pull out.
Do the numbers.
Yes, let's get it. Because when you think you're making $75,000 a year, you're not really walking with that. So what the point is I'm trying to stress is there's got to be some way of making money to offset all that BS. That's $18,000 that you basically are living on.
Man, and look, not only just that, look, we ain't even include like the house, the car, the children. Like we ain't even include so-called want to go on vacations. Like,
yeah. Then we wonder why we're in debt. We wonder why we're in debt. We wonder why we live on.
Just general upkeep of self.
Yeah, just I need some deodorant. How about that? Can't do it. And
Sheesh.
that's the reason why payday loans are so rampant. That's why loan companies love to see us coming, because they know by the cycle of what happens, paying taxes, big businesses, and debt that we have to take care of, we don't have that much money. So they're at the banks like this. Come on.
Yep.
We got suckers at the counter. We got
Dum-dums, waiting for the dum-dums.
We got high interest rates just for you. Come
Just
on
for
in.
you. Oh my God, this is just terrible.
It's terrible,
Dum-dum
right?
pops and high interest rates.
Lollipops and interest rates.
You can get that car you want. You can get that car you want. 35% interest. It's yours. Your note will be $200, and it's going to take you 50 years to pay it off. It's all yours.
It's
all yours. Yeah. But
so
see,
when I say, go ahead.
See, that it all goes back to the mentality. Who are you listening to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember a mentor of mine telling me, look, straight up and down, if you got 9, 10 bills and you only got one income fighting 9 or 10 bills, you need to figure out how to get some more income streams coming in to help you fight those 9 and 10 bills.
It's suffocating.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You put yourself through that. Look, keep an open mind, man. Let's grow. Let's grow.
Through that, what we said, and this is probably the biggest piece we learned through personal financial space. And when you learn that, it's like, damn, credit card companies, banks, you know, they thrive off of that, because they know when we are getting that income or whatever the salary is, we're not really making that. They're getting a good portion of that as their businesses. So when you get approved for a car loan, understand that the banks are approving us for a gross figure that we don't even make. We don't make $75,000 in this particular example. We don't make $75,000. So why are we being financially dependent upon as if we were making that much money? We just broke it down to show you where your money is going. You're really making $18,000 per year.
If that.
So your payment needs to be like $50 for a car. Why are you spending $500 and $700 for a car? I don't know. Don't buy based upon your gross income. If you have 2 incomes in the household, rack it off of one person's income, because when something happens, as it always will, you want to make sure that your house is not in jeopardy off of 2 incomes, and you living all off of that number. That's not the right number. So when you're going to go buy and they say, okay, you're approved for a $40,000 loan, a car, I would say take it down to half. I know it may not be the car, the sexy one that you want, right, Kevin? But you are not being able, you really can't afford it, because your $40,000 is your income, but you really don't bring that much money home to afford it.
We didn't even include going out to eat.
Gold lines on a Pinto. They don't put their gold lines on it.
Wealthy people buy what they can afford.
True.
Wealthy people buy what they can afford.
Cash.
Broke people buy what they like to see. Broke people buy what they want other people to see them in. So things we just realized, you know, when I was younger, of course, I want that car because I wanted it. I didn't understand the ramifications of I really, really can't afford it. That's why a budget is so key. And when I'm sitting down with buyers now, Kevin and Angela, we do a budget.
Beautiful.
Because I don't care about how many bedrooms you want until we figure out your household income first. We need to get that situated and make sure that is outfitted perfect, because once you get that, then you think, oh, I can afford $2,000 a month. Let's break down the numbers and really see. You really need to be at $1,500.
True.
Or less.
That's good, because that's good that you do that, Laura, because most relatives I know, they don't do that. Like, let me secure the bag.
No, we're not going to secure the bag, because I want to make sure you're good. And it's just a different kind of walk when you come into the experience.
True.
We're doing a budget, and we're also going over the W-4.
Beautiful.
So that we can analyze, are you giving the government too much money in taxes? Okay, so we do those things before we sit down and look at houses. That way they're comfortable with their decision of, yes, the loan officer said you are pre-approved for $400,000. Wonderful. Do you want that $2,500 payment? Maybe not. When you look at your budget and you actually do it, you may be at $1,700, $1,600. And then that's the houses that we look for.
True.
Okay.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right. Good stuff. All right. We're getting close to number 5. Number 4 is shop for online bank savings. All right. Think about the savings accounts that are out there. And I'm not going to name the names of the local banks because I don't want you to die. So we're going to give some suggestions for some online banks that have higher rates than your local sucker banks. So here are some two tips that you may want to look into, and I like them because they are online. You can still link them to your checking account, your savings account, but it at least allows your money to grow at a better pace than the normal low interest rate that the normal sucker banks give us. So try American Express Savings. It's not credit driven. So I know when you hear American Express, you're like, oh no. American Express Savings.
Let me type that in the chat. You say American Express Savings?
Yeah, try American Express. They have a wonderful APR. 0.9, actually mine is a little bit over 1% now. Or Ally, A-L-L-Y.
Or Ally?
Yeah, try those, and that way at least your money can grow at a better pace.
You said why?
At A-L-L-Y. Ally Bank. So check online tonight. I don't have any affiliation with it. I'm just trying to turn you on to something that works at a better rate.
We don't get residual by sharing this with you guys, okay? This is from the heart.
From the heart.
Information changes situation, but if you don't apply it, then it won't change the situation.
Yeah, Angela, we may need to talk about upgrading the savings account.
Talk about what type of account?
Savings account, upgrading it. So we lead all the way up to number 5. Number 5 is probably the one way that we can start wrapping in a deficit problem in the United States, a way that we could curtail some of the money to come inside the household instead of getting a part-time job, because all you're doing now is just adding to the lower percentage that you're getting back. You're getting a part-time job that's taking away hours from your family. That's stressing you out, stressing your car out, and you're still not making what you really need to come inside the house. So what we're going to do is talk about the 5th and final way that you can hustle your own money. And that has to do with participation as an investor. Participation as an investor in the Forex market. And Forex is short for foreign exchange. Are you crying, Kevin?
No, I was just clearing up my nose. But when you said that, I felt so good about what happened this morning.
Oh.
And the past promise doesn't, whatever, guarantees. But yeah, I got mine this morning. Back to you, Lorie.
Well, 2 great things happened this morning. I will share your news if you share mine. How about that? Because I don't want to talk about mine.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to tell you a secret that when you participate in the foreign exchange market, success leaves clues. And a couple of months ago, Kevin, I, and a couple of other folks that you may see on Unleashed began a journey in the foreign exchange market as investors. Did we know what we were doing? No. But we did begin to understand money in a different kind of way. And we understood that we could multiply our own money without the efforts of other people. And that's what attracted the thousands of other students that are embarking on this journey in school. So just imagine all the money that has gone into your bank account. We talked about this, kind of leading up to it. Think about all the money that's actually dumped into your account over the years. Go back 2 years, 5 years, even 10 years. I want you to think about what your salary has been each year and multiply that times 5 years, okay? So on average, if your income was about 50 grand, Kevin, you would have given the banks about $250,000. My question to you is, how much of that were you actually able to keep? Okay?
Let me pull out my calculator.
Okay? Probably you're going to say none of it, because most goes in, most goes right back out to pay a bill.
Yep.
Right? Because we saw the stats of how the debt works out, where most of our money is going out. 75% of our income is going out anyway. All right. So when we think about it, all right, so how much money can we actually keep? Not much. So investors understand there's a way to make money off of your own money. Self-employed people, employees, they typically know how to spend money, and it ends right there.
Yeah.
So we want to move the thought process over. Well, how can I be in a business owner, or how can I be someone who reaps the benefits as an investor? So we're not going to go too deep into that, but Kevin and I both, you can link with one of us to talk a little bit more on the strategies. But one thing we did just come across by linking in a school, IML, International Markets Live, it's the #1 school across the world that teaches you how to multiply your money, how strategies need to take place on how you can multiply your money. And people are super excited about that because this fits exactly what we're talking about tonight. And then some. People have goals. Guess how much it costs? Money. All right. People have things that they need to get done where they just want freedom and not suffocation of bills. Guess what? That costs money. So this gives people the liberty to say, all right, I can make a couple $100 a day. Past profits don't guarantee future results. Everyone has their own, winnings and losses. But at the same time, if you had a skill that you could learn, if you could get a skill, learn a skill that could teach you for the rest of your life how to multiply your own money, would you be open for that? And most people would say, yep. And this is the reason why you get a lot of entrepreneurs and people turning into the Forex market, because they get to participate like the banks do.
Yep.
They get to multiply their money on their sofa or on the deck like Kevin is right now, or in Mexico on vacation if they want to. So it's an international company that shows you how to trade. So for that, we really just want to just show you some strategies. And one of the big ones that came out, it's been about 2 or 3 weeks now. And one of our mentors has actually showed us how to gain at least 10% profits per day through the foreign exchange market. So Kevin, this morning, the market is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So Kevin has, and a few of other business partners, they get up when the market is hot, and they start looking at trends, and they start saying, when is a good time to get in the market and get out of the market? Because right before the sun comes up, they are making money. Okay? And this is the kind of money that could help a lot of households take care of that credit card debt, save money again, go figure that, and actually have a ridiculous savings account that would just take you to different places. So how much profits are you on average? Are you because the strategy is showing you how to get $60,000 in 60 days. It's right.
I'm on day 3. No, I'm on day 3.
I'm on day 3 too.
Yeah, I'm on day 3.
I'm excited because
look forward to day 60 as well.
Yeah.
So
how is your journey with that been going? Like,
wow. Oh my God, man. For me, I've been familiar with it for years. However, the investment is really, really high, all because they know that if certain people get a hold of this skill set, then the power structure could change. And that's what's about to happen anyway, right? But one of the things I can say about the gentleman who did introduce this to me, he was a master at it. Mm-hmm. However, he charged thousands of dollars just to teach it on a weekend. And I'm like,
right.
All right, let me get back with you, bro.
Right.
Then he had a book that was $80. And I'm like, bro, we didn't get no charts. We ain't talking about none of that.
Right.
But the journey for me has been very pleasant because I always wanted to learn it. I always knew this was one of the ways that the banks created wealth, because I had that conversation years ago. Another reason why, too, is because a lot of people couldn't participate. There wasn't no retail market participants. You had to have $3 million liquid. You had to have a network of $3 million, and then you had to have $100,000 liquid just to enter in the market. So the only people that had money like that was people who was on the right side of money for a long time. Right? So as a result, what this have done for me is it give me another tool, right, to go out here and help people get educated on why the 1% who control 97% of the wealth, what they're doing. Now I can kind of let them know, now it's time for us to become the bank.
You're in it.
As a result of us becoming the bank, now we can put our own bank together,
yes,
pay for our own bank, right?
Yes.
And then give out interest on savings and checking accounts because we're in control of it to help people and stuff like that. So my journey has been amazing. I know that, I don't know if you guys saw Lori's video this morning. If you didn't, go back and see it. But something magnificent happened, all because I know her affirmation, how she does affirmations, her belief. And something amazing happened this morning where
don't tell them how much.
I'm not. I ain't gonna tell her how much. Because you're gonna have some people hit you up. Look,
Right.
happy hours about tomorrow, Friday. But you know, we'll just say it has a comment. All right, I'm sorry, Lord. Okay, all right.
That's right.
As a result of being around the right people, it's very important to be connected with the right people who not only want to see you win and succeed, but also is willing to kind of incentivize you just for doing that for yourself. And that's kind of what happened, right? That's kind of what happened as a result of Lorie being a selfless person and doing what she do. She was literally blessed with a really, I can't wait to Houston. I'm getting some drinks in Houston, but
I'll wear something
but as
nice.
a result, man, just her belief, her belief system and how she operates, I knew that's what attracted it. And I'm not gonna go too deep because I'm getting ready to go there, and I'm gonna pass it back to her. But
go on.
All I can tell y'all is this: anytime you align your mind with what you want, it gives off energy, right? And that energy has to find the match. It's called a vibration, right?
Yep.
So when it catches that, and I knew that's what happened, right? Because when I saw the message, I'm like, oh, they doing it at 9. I'm like, I ain't even get on at 9. But then all of a sudden I looked, I see Lorie. I said, oh yeah, I already knew what she was doing. You know what I'm saying? I knew what she was doing, but it works. Like that's a universal law. And you know, most people call it the law of attraction, but it's really the law of vibration, right? It's like a boomerang. If you throw it out, it'll come back to you, but you have to be consistent in doing it, and you have to feel the emotion as if you already possess it. So I'm gonna hand it back over to you because
you see my smile because at 9:15, 9:30, I was like all over the floor praising God.
But see, I know how you don't be in the group. I'm like, let me text her if she don't know.
I was this morning though. I was on it. I was like, you know, there was a contest just for everybody who didn't see the video. Go back and look at the live video that I did this morning about 10 o'clock. I've had my head down focused for the last couple of months. So I really haven't been doing a whole lot of Facebook Live, and I haven't been doing a whole lot because I'm focused on real estate and I'm focused on foreign exchange. I'm making that work. I'm so intentional. And one of the posts Kevin and Angela have put out earlier this week was no distractions. And I see network marketers out there just so distracted by the next shiny thing that comes along. Stay focused with one thing, maybe two things, and just go with it for the next 12 months and see what makes a difference. And so, you know, some people have even said, I can tell you aren't doing a whole bunch. You must be working on something. I am. And this 60K in 60 days is like life-changing information. And this, our company, IML, had a contest. And at first, honestly, to be honest with you, Kevin, I was just like, there's no way. There's no way because there's people in the company bigger than me and they're going to wipe me out. And then when I was hearing some of the people that were called earlier, I'm like, I didn't do that much. Yeah. But then I refocused. And I was like, no, I'm eligible just like they are. Exactly. And I took, the deadline was last night that you had to get your submissions in. Yeah. And I got it in. I told my teammates, hey, you had people. Go. All right. So I guess the amount of students that were enrolled, you get a drawing and potential to win money. Yeah. So I was just in mode of just do it because what most people think is I'm not going to be in the winning. The belief system is going to be it's going to be real low, and they're just going to pass it over. They're just not even going to send it in. Look how many people probably could have won. True. But they just chose not to even participate. So I say that just to say, show up every damn time. Show up. So what? And then when I'm in my kitchen this morning, it was 9 o'clock. I was just fooling around, putting dishes away. and I was waiting for my name to be called. I was waiting. And that's how you have to have your belief system so high, no matter what it is. If you're buying a house, if you get in a relationship, getting out of a relationship, expecting something new. Like I said this morning, you have to be in expectant mode like a pregnant woman. And you have to expect everything that you see right up here. You can see your name being called. You can hear it. You can see the house. You can see your credit score. You can see the man or woman that you're in a relationship with. It all starts here. But if you have doubt, then it breaks the vibration, like Kevin was just saying, and you get nothing. So even when I'm helping people purchase homes, we got to have that conversation. Think how many years I have to get through for that. I don't know if I'm going to buy a house. I don't know if this is the right time. Well, if you don't know, then we got to get that straight first. And so when my name was called this morning, I was I was on the floor because I was like, God, you heard me? That's what I was thinking. I was like, you heard me?
Beautiful.
I'm like, I don't really get too many winnings like that. But, I just keep going because my blessings come when I help you.
True.
My blessings come when I stay up late for strategies and for unique things for my team to win.
True.
And when I say my team, it's hundreds of us. And it's not a selfless thing where we're like, I'm just going to grab all the money myself. All right. I want to show other people. Kevin wants to show other people how to make their own profits. And this strategy that we're doing 60K in 60 days, it's like, how could you say no? What else is there to do? I don't know.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man. Like I always
Legally.
I always tell people, I say, look, if you don't get on the right side of money, the people that know what to do with your money on the wrong side gonna continue to create more on the right side, leaving to drown on the left side.
How about that?
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully you won't be the analogy of the guy who in the ocean who keep passing on the boats that's saying, "Oh, God got me." Yeah, another boat came through. I'm good. He got me.
Yeah.
You're dead. Then all of a sudden you go ask him what happened. He like, bro, I sent you 3 boats. Like, you didn't see him. Like, what was you expecting me to come down like an eagle or something?
Just like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
things happen. You get. I always just say, follow the right cat. Follow the right cat. If you know they're making sense, you're not getting and love it when people say, "Is this a scam?" Like,
they're still confused about money. That's all it means.
Still confused about money. That's what scam is about. Think about it.
You wasn't taught, man. You wasn't programmed to learn about money. You were programmed to learn what in school? How to raise your hand. How to raise your hand to go to the bathroom. How to raise your hand. How to get
fill out the credit card application.
Yeah, feel like that's it. You were programmed. A lot of you guys are still programmed. You got to reprogram yourself in order to understand the mentality to be on the right side of money. I mean, just to kind of say this, and then I'm going to turn it back to you, Lorie. But when you think about it, like, a lot of the people I talk to and just people that I hear talking, period, like everybody's in a shambles of what's going on the outside of their household instead of worried about what's going on inside. So you're so distracted because billions of dollars each year and probably every day, right, is used to keep you distracted. And the reason why you can't see something that's in front of you is because you're too distracted.
Damn. Bars. Look, that has to do with the reality TV junk, the news.
Yeah, man. Facebook news, it's all scripted. It's a movie. Look, don't get me started.
This is not scripted, y'all.
No, it's never. You know what I mean?
If we become missing tomorrow, you understand. We're giving out way too much goodies. We're giving out way too much information. But in essence, in all actuality, the blessings that can help people all across the world, you can participate like the banks do. And that's the reason why I wanted to end it with that, is that there is a way that you could profit daily through the foreign exchange market, just like the banks do. Because when you think the doors close at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, the banks are still working. They're like, good, got all the money in. Now let's do what we need to do. First thing early in the morning, they've multiplied our deposits through the foreign exchange market.
And left dum-dum pops on the counter for when you come in.
Right. Left the suckers and the dum-dums so that when we come back in at 9 a.m., we're welcomed with some sugar. So I'm telling you all this just to say we are a small percentage. Investors like you, me, Angela, Kevin, Daniel, we are a small percentage of the investors out there. So people like you and I can participate. Banks, hedge funds, insurance companies, where you think your money is flowing when you send in your insurance, they all participate with that so they can multiply. It's a business for them. Why can't you do this business for your household? All right. We've got men and women, women in the household doing way more than they need to, men not knowing what to do, women not knowing what to do. So we need to have some kind of flow of money, options coming through the house. And if you had a skill that could teach you how to do this on your sofa, even in your spare time, no one said you had to do it all the time, then it's something that could at least give you profits of at least daily. Kevin's doing percentages per day.
Man, y'all, look, I asked this question to somebody I did a presentation with the other night. I said, would you prefer $2 million or a penny doubled for the next 30 days? You know what he said? He said, you know what? Since that penny thing sound fine, I'm a go ahead with that. And I said, you made the right decision, because if you know anything about compound interest, over the course of that 30 days, you got $5 million. This is the same thing, brother.
Yes.
It's 10%. I ain't even gonna tell y'all how it's gonna look in 120 days. I would, but I won't, because you probably won't even. It won't fathom.
Yeah, but compound interest per day. That's when you get that money through the foreign exchange market, you make a profit and you compound it into your account. All right, and daily, 5 days a week. Even if you were to shortchange it 3 days a week, okay. If you keep doing that, starting out with $200, and if you look at the replay of the video that we did last week, that will show you from $200 all the way down, and 60 days later, you're looking at about $60,000. Granted, let's say you took some time off and you didn't even do 5 days a week and you missed the mark for just a couple days. What if it was half? What could you do with $30,000 in the next 60 days? And that's the reason why so many students around the world are focused on the real thing. They're not focused on, well, I have other things that I'm busy and I don't know if I can put it on my plate. You got a dirty plate. You need to learn to clean it to put the right food on it.
Yeah.
And now it burns me up when people say I'm so busy. You better be busy and wealthy if that's what's being said. But you're busy and unorganized. That's the problem. It's just unorganization, and that's going to be next week's topic. It's funny how we roll into that. But next week's topic is really, are you really busy or unorganized? I'm going to do a tutorial video on some steps of what you need to do to clean your damn plate. And I don't mean with the gravy. I mean clean your plate to make sure it has income producing and the right fun lifestyle things that you need to do.
Truth.
I saw a young lady, I'm not going to drop names, but she's too old to be doing what she's doing. And she's in probably 3 or 4 different network marketing companies. Has to be at least. Because when I see it, I'm like, what are you doing? And it's still a sense of unorganization whenever I talk to her. And that's because you haven't identified what you really want to do and staying put. Like if you're going to do 2 network marketing companies, okay, no problem. I'm not knocking network marketing. Stay put and stop saying yes to everything else.
She the Walmart of network marketing.
Not at all. She's open with the smiley face.
You keep your options open, don't you?
She keeps her options, yeah, but I'm just saying all that to say, and then it was a new opportunity popped up, right? Somebody was doing a video, Kevin, and he was talking about something, a new company he's going to. I saw her in the chat line, and I'm like, whoa. She was asking, what products do you sell? I'm like, good Lord. That's going to be number 4 for her. Number 4. So I'm telling you, you can make money, ladies and gentlemen. You can make money. You got to sit back and think about my family. How much am I spending stressing out over making 25% of my real salary?
Jeez.
That's enough right there just to say you make $100,000. But after taxes, you really just make 25 grand.
Not moving forward in 2018 and beyond.
Okay, you got to have some other investing tools to multiply your own money so that that money can catch up with inflation and then some more.
True.
Okay, what you got to say as we finish out of here? Where can they get some information on this wonderful foreign exchange market?
Well, you know, you can definitely hit up Lorie. You can definitely hit up myself. Everybody's on Lorie page. Hit her up on my page. Hit me up. And look, I just want to end with this, man, because I really think this is important, and I'm really passionate when I talk about this. But
you are.
If you really do not realize how you are programmed with the behavior that you have, and you can't hear something that makes sense, please hit up Lorie or myself so we can unplug you from the so-called right? Put you in the incubator, right?
Yeah.
Transform the way you think and then put you on the right path. Because if nobody does that for you, I don't know what else to say for you, man. I love you to life. Y'all gonna always get that from me. But if you don't realize what's coming ahead, if you're not prepared, then you know it's gonna be like the guy in the ocean. You're gonna pass up 3 boats, then you're gonna drown, man. And I hate to put it like that, but somebody need to talk to y'all straightforward.
Yep, and that's the only way I know how to talk.
Yeah, I'll be that guy to talk to you straightforward. You know, so back to you, Lorie.
Straightforward. So banks, you can be your own bank. Think about people who are thinking about opening up lines of credit, because I deal with investors who want to have lines of credit to maybe do rehabs on homes. They have been introduced to the foreign exchange market, which they have been doing, which they can be doing now in order to start multiplying and creating their own line of credit instead of going to the bank. So these are big boy and big girl conversations when you are ready for that. We're only working with people who are ready to say yes. We're only working with people who are going to think this is long term. This is not just a 30-day trial.
Yeah.
This is a lifestyle of how you invest your money. Like, you didn't tell your job, I'm going to give you all 30 days and I'm going to go back and see if I want to continue this journey. It is a lifestyle of how you invest money for the rest of your life. We're showing students, we have open enrollment now. So if you have the ability to learn a skill, take an hour a day, whenever it is. You got lunch break, you got time when you get home. But this is an ability for you to make money on ridiculous levels. But you got to say yes. All right. So we're only working with those that are open and receptive, of course, and those that are in position to say, I'm ready. I'm ready. So connect with Kevin. He's doing a dynamic tour around the area, the Maryland, DC, and Virginia area. Daniel Buffet and myself also doing the same thing, and we show you what to do. So you're not just going to be brand new, but we want you to be the hustlers of your own money. And that's the whole purpose of tonight's webinar on Facebook Live.
Beautiful. No more suckers and dum-dum pops.
No more suckers, all right? And that's what you want to just say. No more suckers out there. Right, Will? No more?
I actually asked him that question one day. Why do y'all always have dum-dums and no Tootsie Roll Pops? Or no Blow Pops?
The
I asked that question.
An upgrade. If you get a Blow Pop, that's an upgrade.
Oh, my God, man. It's funny how it's all across the country, man. You just get dum-dums. Like, they got a contract with dum-dums.
That's something to think about now.
It really is.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Next week we'll be on, as I said, we're going to talk a little bit more about organization next week, where the topic is going to be, are you really busy or just unorganized? So you can tune in next time, and we will be chatting very soon. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Angela. She is still there. Yes. So you guys have a good night.
Still here.
We'll talk to you later.
All righty.